Who doesn't love an HD console? But Frank, why would I spend that kind of money when I could just put on my old system that I've had all my life? Guys, because for just under $200, this thing is heavy duty. Stay tuned. Alright, what do you know, what do you do, what do you say, my YouTube viewers? Retro Pro Frank with another upload, another installment. Today we're going to be looking at Retrousb's Avs system here. So essentially it's a clone system, okay, but it's a little bit different than the other clone systems out there. The reason for it is because of Retrobit's FPGA chip, which actually, the circuit board on this is programmable, and it's programmed to run like the original NES did. This, guys, I've had a few days now with this. Now the company didn't give it to me. I'm not endorsed by these guys in any way, nothing like that, guys. But you know, this is a very nice quality item. Okay, for NES gamers or collectors that like the game. You know what, guys, the picture on this thing is very beautiful. I'll demonstrate that in a minute, but I just want to go over some of the things this unit has to offer. So the unit itself has an original NES cartridge port, as well as a Famicom cartridge port. So you can play all your original NES games. It plays North American as well as Power Region games. And it also is very compatible with all the accessories, NTSC version, North America version, and Japan version. Alright, so let's just take a peek. We'll open her up together here and let's see what's inside. Okay, so you have the system here. We're just going to open the box real quick, guys. So we have the system. It comes with a nice thick HDMI cord there, as well as for power. It just uses mini SD charger. Okay, and it actually comes with a charger. Now this has already been opened. I already played it because I wanted to know what I was talking about before I kind of did this. So, all right, and here's the charger here that just gets plugged in here. The other end goes into the system. Okay. Now, this isn't the original. This is the original here, but I actually brought this out to show you guys something. This is the original here. Okay, you just plug it in like that. The light will go green. So this is this system's powered DC 5 volts at 1,000 milliamps. Okay, I want you guys to see that. So this is a standard stock Samsung charger for, I think, the S4 or 5, and this is a little bit, the milliamp hours is a little bit lower on this one. So, you know, you might possibly be able to get away with using this if anything ever happened to this, but I don't know, it's just a little too weak. So I don't really suggest using like a Samsung to power the unit. It might be fine, but you never know, you know. And it comes with a nice instruction booklet here. You can see, you know, that's not too many people are doing that anymore. So you can see it's got the HDMI, the USB, Famicom expansion. Okay, talks about the scoreboard. We'll get into this once we turn the system on. Cheat codes, and it's like the old school style books. Okay, and here's the unit itself. Here's the front, the top, one side, and here's the back side. There's all the components there. Okay, now I must say that the quality of the build feels very solid. It feels good for it being plastic or whatever material it is. And so that's where the Famicom cartridge would go, and this is where the NES cartridge would go. It's a very nice unit. Well built, guys. Good job. There's some weight to it, you know. This by itself, comparing, for example, weighs I'd say a little bit more than a Retron 3, and this is only one system we're covering here, right? You can feel the quality of the actual plastic. Okay, there's good quality. You know when you touch and you feel something, you know it's good quality. Okay, And then it also has these, the power and the reset button. Okay, now rumor is with this is that they actually Retro USB here, they came across a big stock of power and reset buttons that were originally meant for the original NES, but didn't quite make it. So I guess they scooped them and they utilized them here, which is a really good effect actually. Okay, it's got the classic stripe going down. It would have been nice to see it go down the front, but then I don't know about copyrights and stuff like that, so yeah. So that's about it. Yep, that's definitely all the basics you need. Okay, you're gonna have to purchase your own controller. Okay, and just a note, not too many people have these, but if you have any LED modded controllers, they're not going to work with the system. The only reason why I think it's not working is because the old NES systems were running off 12 volts, and this system's running off 5 volts, I think 1000 milliamps. So when you plug those light up controllers, like if you had them modded, where it has LEDs across the Nintendo logo, as soon as you plug that in, as soon as you start playing the game, you press a button, it almost like shuts itself off and turns itself back on, like a protection. So that's a good thing, I guess they thought of that. But yeah, it's too bad because I actually had to run out and grab an extra controller because both of my controllers are actually, they're LED modded. So yeah, but let's hook this thing up and let's have a look and see how it performs, guys. It's you guys wait till you see this. All right, so we got her all hooked up here. Okay, so we're gonna use the EverDrive today. It's preloaded. I got tons of ROMs on here. Now there was some sort of rumor going around, or people didn't know if the EverDrive works with this unit, but it actually does. Now to seat the cartridge, you just kind of let it stay flat and you just push forward, and it clicks in there really good. You know that the unit itself has grabbed it. Now I like that idea that they didn't go with top load on this. Okay, like a lot of the clone consoles are going top load. The problem with top load is when you put a game in straight, okay, this is just a game I got lying around, but when you put a game in there straight, right, let's say you try to move the system or you accidentally hit this part with your hand, you know what, that's gonna reset your game. So I really like that idea of that it's actually sitting there and something supporting it. If something were to, tap that, or a cat was to jump on it, I don't think it would reset. Okay, and I forgot to mention, it actually comes with a pre-built-in force cord, but you'll see that on the software. Here's the new controller that I had to buy. Okay, and there she is there. Okay, I want to show you guys the light-up controller though. If anyone from Retro USB there is listening, okay, so you can see I plug in the controller here. And you see how that's lit up there? Now, it does turn on, don't get me wrong, but when I boot up a game and I press a button, once I press a button on this lit up modded controller here, once I press any one of these buttons, it resets the unit itself. So this I can't use, and it looks horrible in the video, but it actually looks good in real life, guys. That matters. But so we're just going to go with the plain Jane one today. Okay guys, now there is a big glare on the TV. Sorry about this, guys. This is the easiest way I could capture it. Okay, now there are better videos out there that they can actually, you can see the direct 720 video of that. And you guys are going to have to excuse me today because I'm a little bit under the weather, but I really want to get this done. Okay, so when you boot it up, this is what you see. You got start cart, scoreboard, we'll get into that in a sec, video options, and input options, with the cheat codes as well. So if you want to start a game, you just go into here. Okay, so you go into there and your game will load right away, no problem. Input options. So now when you're playing the game, you press see the very top there where it says player 1. You can press any one of those buttons there, and it will set a menu. So this is the combination of buttons you want to use to get back into the menu when you're playing a game. Okay, so this is cheats on and off. Okay, the expansion, I honestly forget what the expansion is. You can actually turbo your buttons as well. So like say you just want turbo button A only, say you're playing, I don't know, shooter, and you just, you don't want to keep tapping the buttons. you can put your shots up to turbo, so you just have to hold it down, and autoplay. So autoplay, what autoplay is, I think it just brings you directly into the game instead of seeing this menu. Okay, let's go back. Then we got video options. Okay, so you can change it if your frame rate is NTSC or if it's PAL version. Okay, I'm not going to do that, and then you can adjust the pixels, so you can, you know, zoom in, fill in your TV if you like. Some people don't like it, they want to keep it that 4:3. Okay, this is the vertical border. Okay, I like to fill it right in. Scan lines. So what scan lines is it's like lines. It adds lines like the old CRT televisions. I don't know why you would want that. I don't know. Just hook it up to a CRT. I'd rather have it nice and clear. That's what I'm paying for. Left side hide, sorry. So that takes out the left side. Extra sprites. So sometimes when you play a game, for example, sometimes on the very edge of the screen, you can see what the other computer is doing, what the system is doing, because it thinks that you're running that in a 4:3 mode, which is more of a square picture. So it never thought that you would ever see that side of the TV. So that's what that's about. And this volume here is actually for some sound chips on some of the carts. You want to turn up the sound chip volume on that actual cart, which you're not going to run into unless you got something, you know, with a weird sound chip. Okay, and then we have input options we already did, video options we already did, scoreboard. Okay, now this is cool. I want to get this hooked up. In order to use scoreboard, you're going to have to apply to be a member at nintendoage.com. They take about 24 hours to get back to you if they accept you. That's, I don't know, we'll see how that goes, because I tried to get an account at nintendoage.com. It's almost been 24 hours, not yet, but let's see if they accept me. And then this way you can click on this and you play the game. Well, this system is being powered by your computer with a couple programs open, what I can gather, and you can update your high scores. Okay, so anyone who's into high scoring, it will update directly onto Nintendo Age. So it's nice and all, but I mean, like, I don't know if that's a legit way to win like a world record on a game or something. I don't know exactly how that would work, but it's nice to you know, have some competition with some games and to see how, you know, fall out. Okay, and Game Genie. Now the cheat codes on this, honestly, is friggin' awesome. Okay, guys, remember back in the day, you had to look through the book and you had to type in on Game Genie all the different letters and numbers and all that. Okay, so you can do that here too, right? But it makes it so much easier. And this is once I load a game, I'll show you how to do it. But we're gonna go to the start card. Okay, so I got the EverDrive in there now, and it's got the upgraded firmware. So this is going to bring me into the option menu on the EverDrive. Now if you just had a normal cart, it would bring you directly into the normal cart. Everything's put in my cabinet, I'm not getting to it. This is what I use, okay? So let's try a classic everybody knows, Super Mario Brothers. Okay, and you can just see, like, I know you see a shadow and everything, guys, and the picture's not perfect on your end, but what I'm looking at is pure vivid, with depth, beautiful, excellent image. Okay, I'm looking at it right now, explaining it to you guys. Everything is nice and bright and vibrant. Okay, now I was just running the original NES before, and I quickly threw on a copy of Mario Brothers 3 on the original NES, and the difference between RCA and HDMI, holy, that's all I gotta say. This looks amazing. So let's start off a game here. With the music here, for it has copyrights. I don't want to get flagged for copyrights in the video, but let's turn that music right down. Actually, we're going to turn the music down on these games, guys. So now that we were into that game, the system, the AVS, knows that we're playing that game, right? So you go into cheat codes now that you pick the game. This is how you do it with an EverDrive, and I'm actually surprised that this worked with the EverDrive. That's an excellent bonus for sure. So you go into cheat codes, and automatically it gives you, like, look at that. It's already ready to go, and it tells you what it is. Like the first one is infinite lives. So if you want that, all you got to do is press one button. Boom, look at the top line. Boom, you have infinite lives in. Multiple jumps. Let's go to Frog Mario and Skywalker. Okay, so now we're going to get out of this. Oh, how do I get out? There you go. We're going to go back to the game now. We're going to have to start it over from the start, right? It's going to start from the beginning of the game again. It's going to reset the game. It's going to reset your EverDrive, but if you just press start, when you start the game, I'm actually Frog Mario, which is friggin' awesome, and I have that jumping code on there. Like, this looks awesome, guys. This is so cool. And I'm still Frog Mario. This is friggin' awesome, guys. Now, the fact that you can jump out into the menu without getting up is great. I found that to be, you know, a bit of a pain in the ass when you got an EverDrive in there, and let's say a friend, you know, they, oh my god, a Nintendo, I haven't played that forever, and they want to try 40 different games. Well, you're going to have to reset the system 40 different times. Look, Mario's flying. Frog Mario. Anyway, so they eliminated that headache for sure. So like I can just get out right now by pressing the combination of buttons which you can change. Okay, and let's say I want to start another game. We'll check out the Mike Tyson's Punch-Out just to show you guys how the Game Genie works. Okay, so there's Tyson there. So obviously it's playing the music. You can continue. We're going to go new. Okay, now we're going to press start. Now that we're running the game, we're going to press the combination of the buttons again. We're going to bring us back out into the cheat codes, and it will automatically read that I was playing Tyson's Punch-Out there. And you can see there, take even less damage. Stunned is less damage. No energy for opponent. Never lose hearts. So that would be a code I'd want. I've yet to figure out how to delete the other ones with the smiley faces, whatever that means, but I'll figure that out some other time. And so you would get back into the game here. So when you start, it's funny, you're not going to take any damage or anything. So it's just like using a Game Genie. Okay, I just want you guys to see the colors there. I don't know if you guys can, but it is super, super clear, guys. Okay. So yeah, that's just my small review. I'm not going to get into it. What's there to say? It's something as nice as this, and you know, those blacks, the black right there is so dark of a black, and the blue and the gloves and everything is so textured. Guys, this is a great improvement. Okay, and the fact that it has an original NES slot for the NES as well as the Famicom, that's awesome. So let's take it back up to FaceTime and let's do a final thought here. Alright guys, so there you have it, the Retrousb AVS system. My opinion, well built. It's a well built unit. Okay, the built-in Fourscore is nice to have if you want to play like Super Ivan Stewart's Off-Road, I think it's called, or you know, some of the Fourscore games like Nightmare on Elm Street. And there's a few more. I can't remember them all right now. So that's a very good advantage of having that Fourscore available like that. The build of the system, it's pure quality. Okay, you can feel quality. You can feel, it doesn't feel like that cheap mass-produced plastic. The menu is very organized, easy to use, and easy to navigate through. I like the options, all the options that are given. It would have been nice to see maybe some filters added. If they could have done that, maybe they can do it in their next line or their second generation, or if they ever do anything more, maybe they can do it as a firmware update. If you could adjust the filters to have, like, you know, let's say some of the more common ones, Super Eagle, Bold, and you know, some of the, you know, the HD 3x3, that, all those, you know, common kind of filters that you find for emulators, that would be excellent to have on the system as an option. I'm just saying it'd be nice to have a couple more options added to the actual video. But the video, honestly, it's pretty close to perfect, guys. The gameplay is very smooth. There is some slowdowns in certain games but that's what the way it was meant to be. It was meant to be mimicking an NES, 100%. So that's what it's going to do. But that's what I like, right? That's what we like. If we're going to buy an NES system and spend that kind of money, that's what you would want. That you would want as close to original as possible, but with brand new parts. And the HD on this, it looks amazing, guys. It's very vivid colors, very deep colors. Okay, it blows my original NES out of the water. So for now, I think personally my original NES is going to get back wrapped up in the box, and I'm going to play with this system for a while. Maybe I'll do a 1-year review after a year, see if she holds up really good. I definitely recommend the system to anyone, any NES collectors or gamers. If if playing in HD, if it's something you want to experience, it's very affordable compared to the Retron. You're stuck with a lot of slots that you might not even want. The build quality in this, like I said, how the lid goes on the top there, it protects it and closes the game. It protects it from being a top load system. The original Nintendo got away with it because it had that rounding to the top of it, and the Japanese version was flat, but it took shorter games. So I really like the method of putting it in. Okay, sometimes it is a little tricky to get it, but that's what people say. I'm gonna let you guys know, but I haven't had a problem with it, the games I've tested. So yeah, no, very happy with the product. Keep up the work, Retrousb. It would be nice to see some sort of filters added to the emulation system or the video system. Sorry, there's no emulation here, guys, but it would be nice to have that added to the options. Some sort of to add different effects of the video effects, Other than that, I think it's a solid unit. It's something that I'm going to be enjoying for a while, and yeah. Anyway, guys, please give me a thumbs up. So if you guys aren't subscribed or are new to the channel, please have a look at some of my my older videos. Maybe even subscribe so you can be alerted of all my my next uploads there. Okay, guys? So yeah, this is Retro Pro Frank. I'm out. Guys, thanks for watching the video. If you guys like this video, go ahead and press the like button below. And you guys can leave some comments below in the comments section of the video. Please share this video on Facebook pages to your friends and family. As well as, if you guys like this video, please subscribe. This is Retro Pro Frank. Thanks for watching. I'm out.